Today on Network Freaking Marketing Radio, we're going to talk to coach, speaker, and author Scott Aaron.
Are you tired of the old ways of trying to recruit friends and family to your MLM? Tactics just don't work anymore. Have you wanted to quit and say the heck with this, but something still gives you that burning desire to rock this business? All you needed was the way. This is Network Freaking Marketing Radio.
Scott, welcome to the show. How are you doing, bud?
Ryan, fantastic. Just grateful for you and the opportunity to come onto the show today.
Hey, I appreciate it. You know, it's crazy times in the world, and, you know, anybody that's not talking about the big elephant in the room, if we don't talk about it, there's something wrong, you know, but
Yeah.
it's funny. The world has changed, and I'm amazed at how much it's changed. You know, I have 3 little boys, and my 7 and 5-year-old every morning are sitting down, banging in Zoom IDs to go to school. It's amazing how, as Americans, how we can pendulum shift to whatever it is happens in our lives. And, you know, today, talking on the show, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Are you having the same experience where you're at?
Yeah, I have a 7.5-year-old, and as I was putting him into bed the other night, I'm like, all right, you have your first, Zoom with school tomorrow, and he goes, I don't want to go to school. I'm like, no, I'm like, you're not going to school. I said, it's on the computer. I said, Miss Delaney's going to be there and all your classmates. He goes, all of them? I said, yeah. And I said, it's a way for you to see your classmates while you're home. And it's a very interesting time. And like you, I've been openly talking about what's going on. And in my honest opinion, I think this is one of the most incredible times to not just start a business. I think this is one of the most opportune times to build the business that you currently have. We're going through a parting of the Red Sea moment right now, where the skies are opening up. And just like you and I were talking in the pre-show, the fact is, whoever is planting the most seeds now will reap the greatest harvest when we come out of all this. And I know it's going to be sooner rather than later. That's just the energy that I'm putting out there. And it's just about us taking, those continued steps forwards, whether it's a millimeter or a mile.
It's so true. You know, to be where we're at today. And the one thing that's amazing that's coming out of all this is how generous 90% of the businesses are, and humanity has come back into people. You know, gratitude now is almost everywhere. And it's so humbling to see that, yes, we're in a time worldwide. This is not just, the Americans, anywhere, to see all this good coming out. It tells you, as humanity, we're not as messed up as we thought we were.
It's one of those things. Gratitude is still truly the best attitude. And what I want people to understand that are listening to this is that the one thing that I don't want you to do is I don't want you to feel guilty for still wanting to continue to grow your business, still wanting to charge for your services. We still need the flow of money to continue. We still need that to happen. If you want to minimize a potential recession or depression, we still need that flow of money to circulate, number one. Number two, for those that are feeling guilty about charging for your services, so I'm going to double down on giving away everything for free. My simple message to you, if you've been showing up genuinely authentically every single day, you should have been giving stuff away for free every day anyway. So this doesn't change that. You still continue to be the shining light that you are. You still continue to grow the business that you have, because your business isn't, if it's a service-based business, it's only going to help even more people that need you the most during this time.
So true. I mean, the way you just said that, as America, we have to still do, it's sad to see how many businesses are really going to be affected, but
Yeah.
let's hope the bounce back as soon as we get everything going. You're in multitude of different businesses, and, let's talk about what's going on here. You've got a book dropping coming Monday.
Yep.
Is this the second one you've written?
Third book. So
Third.
my first one I wrote a few years ago. It was called Good Guys Always Win. It was more of my personal journey, how I was bullied and picked on as a kid, and how I dealt with low self-esteem and low self-confidence. My second book, which did become a #1 bestseller on Amazon, was called The LinkedIn Book for Network Marketing. It's
Familiar with it?
still, yeah, it's still getting great traction. People are loving it. And my newest book is also a network marketing based book. It's called The Network Marketing Academy, based off of a private membership that I have called the Network Marketing Academy. And what I did was I realized the academy that I teach on is the 4 core areas of network marketing: mindset, organizational skills, lead generation, and social media. So I took a lot of the teachings that I did in 2019 into 2020, and I said, why don't I take this stuff, shrink it down, and turn it into a actionable step-by-step book where people can go through it. They can pick whatever section they want to start with. There's an accountability exercise. There's a workbook that they can download and put people into action, because that's the cure-all for feeling stuck, even in a time right now. And just like you and I talked about earlier as well, people said, man, you're crazy for launching a book right now. In my opinion, I'm crazy not to launch a book right now,
Exactly.
because people are needing something right now. So I wanted to provide a resource for people. The book's like $18. And it's an $18 investment, or $3.99 Kindle, whatever they want to do. It's an $18 investment to move yourself forward. But what I love, I made it so actionable that whoever gets their hands on this, they're going to be able to take what they're learning, and they can teach their teams to create the duplication that you're required to have in network marketing.
The 4 things you just talked about are really the pillar of building a business today. And so many people get in, it's the greatest opportunity. We say that all the time, to have a low income startup and have none of the hassle that comes with traditional business ownership. I mean, I own 2 companies myself, and we've got hundreds of thousands of dollars in manufacturing equipment and stuff like that. And you can get in, but that's also the downfall of the industry we see as well, is because so many people that get in the industry are what's the right word, are programmed to be employees and not to be entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And that training that you just talked about, those 4 pieces, break them down a little bit more for me.
Well, something that you touched on, which is brilliant, is something that we call the employee mindset. And the direction that someone needs to go from employee mindset to entrepreneur mindset is one of the most challenging journeys for someone that has been pre-programmed as an employee to be managed their entire life, to then go and manage themselves. And it's a difficult journey for a lot of people, but it can be broken. So I always talk about top-down training. And top-down, I start with your head, which is your mindset, because what flows in between the 6 inches between your ears will either make or break your business. So why this book starts with mindset is because I want to put you in the right positive and grateful mindset state where you're going to be inspired, motivated, and driven to want to continue to move forward. The second section is organizational skills. And this is this comes up almost more or just as much as mindset. I'm so disorganized, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stopping, I'm starting, I don't know what to do. So being organized in a business, and I know that your audience can't see what I'm showing you, but this is my appointment calendar. Everything is blocked off, everything is color coded. I start my day at the same time every day, which is 10 a.m. and I stop at the same time, which is around 7. And the more organized you can get in your business, because Ryan, we know that most people that do network marketing, they're not doing it quote unquote full time.
Correct.
It's
Totally.
their side business. They own their own business. They're doing something else. But taking the time that you have to build your business and getting organized with your time, getting organized with your schedule and with yourself is going to set you up for success. The third part is social media. And this is, again, something that people really have a tough time with is, what do I post? When do I post? How do I post? How often do I post? So all these questions are answered in this book. So I give you a system to follow for how to use Facebook, Facebook Live, IGTV, Instagram, LinkedIn, from a very, very basic level that's going to get you traction in your business where you're building your brand and you're not having to build the company. Because what people forget is that People say yes to you, not the company. They're saying yes to
Totally.
you. So it's your job to build the know, like, and trust, and learning the specific techniques that you'll learn in this book with the accountability exercises is going to move you forward. And then finally, the fourth section is lead generation. And why that's so important, because I want to round it off with that, is that leads are the lifeline of your business. If you do not have leads,
No business.
you have no business.
Yeah.
So I go over in the last section different types of leads, how to define them, paid leads versus free leads, how to get new leads on social media, what to do when you get someone on the phone, how to develop leads from your warm market or cold market. So I'm going to give you every angle and every aspect of lead generation and how to create that by reading this book. And again, every single section, there's 6 sections in each of these 4 areas. So you're going to have accountability exercises, and there is a website link plastered throughout this book. It's a free download. You go to the website, you get emailed this workbook that you can print out, and all you do, it'll say accountability exercise number 1, and it tells you what it is. You fill it out, and this is something that you can do with your teams, your entire organizations, and it's something that you can actually do over and over again. Because Ryan, you and I both know, when you first start in network marketing compared to where you are 2 years in, you're a different person. So it's
Totally.
great to go back to this later on to see how far you've come to maybe reorganize your business or go over these exercises again. So this book is going to be so evergreen. It's so relative. You can use this for years to come.
I mean, timing right now. I mean, seriously, more people are going to enter a home-based business in the next 90 days than I think in the last 5 years combined, is a statistic that I'm calling, okay? Just out there. But having the training tools, because when you get in, we all know, I don't care what company you're in, none of them know how to market a product or teach. And especially if you're an entrepreneur, network marketing, if you're a traditional business owner, is almost a 180 against traditional business. A lot of it's the same, but the unique thing that I've seen is if you take your marketing platform from network marketing, employ it into a traditional, you're dangerous. I mean, very, very dangerous in regards to a marketing area. Now, in regards to, social media is kind of like everybody thinks, oh, I'm going to get out there, I'm going to post a picture of my product. That's even what the companies are telling you to do. Here's an app, here's what the photos, and it's 100% the wrong way to do it. You and I both know that as marketers.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, creating content's a very big key. Out of the platforms that you teach in the book, which one do you think holds the most clout today in regards to your teaching?
LinkedIn, far and beyond. And obviously my second book is a book fully just
Because
dedicated
I've
to
never
LinkedIn.
built on LinkedIn. That intrigues me because I've done a little bit. We're starting to migrate into that. Let's talk about LinkedIn a little bit and why and how come.
Well, number one, it's the most underutilized platform out there. There's only 600 million people on the platform, compared to 3.5 billion between Facebook and Instagram. So, everyone is pitching and selling in an overcrowded, saturated market on those two platforms. But also, you want to look at demographics. The average age of someone on Facebook and Instagram is 18 to 29, whereas the average age of someone on LinkedIn is 30 to 55. So they're more established, but that also just happens to be the average age demographic of a network marketer. So it's a
Totally.
perfect fit. The other thing is yearly income. The average income that someone makes on Facebook and Instagram is $30,000 a year or less, or what we call in network marketing, the low hanging fruit. Then you have the golden apples at the top, which you'll find on LinkedIn, because the average income that someone makes on there is $100,000 a year or more. And money mindset is everything. And you're looking for someone that has business skills, marketing knowledge, that they're a people person, they're outgoing, that they have an entrepreneurial background, they've owned businesses before, they understand what it takes. And it's also a law of numbers. Facebook, you're only allowed 5,000 friends. On Instagram, you have as many followers as you want, but Instagram does have, percentage-wise, the highest rate of fake accounts to real accounts on all of social media. But on LinkedIn, you're allowed 30,000 organic connections. I've grown mine from 500 to nearly 28,000 in 3.5 years. But you have to understand, LinkedIn has the highest organic engagement and reach on all of social media right now. And Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this all the time. As you guys are listening to this, LinkedIn's having a Facebook 2012 moment. If people remember what Facebook was like between 2012 and 2014, it was an open market. You could post a picture of your product and 7 people would inbox you to sign up. That was how it was back in the day. Not anymore. LinkedIn's different. You're taking a business approach. You're educating and informing, and it's an open market. And that's what I teach network marketers, entrepreneurs, online business coaches, not only how to build your business, but how to build your brand, your impact, your influence, and your income. So it is literally a door of opportunity that people have not walked through yet. But as long as you treat LinkedIn like LinkedIn and not Facebook or Instagram, you will have massive, massive success. I'll share a quick testimonial story.
Sure.
There's a gentleman that I work with. We worked together about 4 months ago, Jeremiah Campbell, and he's a brick and mortar business owner, but also an entrepreneur. He's in network marketing, and he has a masonry business in Detroit. And he was looking to bid on more contracts for residential and commercial real estate businesses in the Detroit area that he couldn't connect with unless it was for LinkedIn. So we worked together, and I showed him how to, go around the platform, build his brand, change your page, start connecting with people. And he messaged me 3 weeks ago to let me know that he landed a $300,000 contract from a client, which in the 15 years of his business, and his business does very well, 2 to 3 million a year. That was the largest single contract that he's ever closed in the 15-year career of his business. Now, that's one person that he connected with. So when you talk about the door of opportunity on LinkedIn, it is a global networking event every single time you log on, as opposed to the barbecue of social media that you see on Facebook and Instagram.
I mean, Facebook, we build a lot on Facebook, but it's the amount of time that I think Facebook for me today, the amount of time of weeding through the lead versus the junk is getting old very quickly. It's constantly, you're in the same business, but when you're working on LinkedIn, are you finding that it's the same content strategies as Facebook, or is it a total 180? And I'm sure you cover that in the LinkedIn book for network marketing, correct?
Yeah. So it's a different strategy. You're only posting once a day. That's
Okay.
it. And it could be anything of your choice. It could be a post, a video, or an article. And the suggestion that I make to people is that you're not doing before and afters. You're not doing product pictures. You're not treating it like Facebook and Instagram. The 2 best ways to engage with people on LinkedIn is doing educational posts and informative posts. So educating someone on something that you're passionate or that you love, or tangible tips, tangible takeaways, things that they can put into action. The mistake that people make, Ryan, is when they're posting on social media, no matter what the platform is, they're posting about what they want to post about instead of what other people want to hear. So my suggestion to people is put yourself in the shoes of the person that is consuming that content and cater to that person. What do people want to hear as opposed to what do you want to say? And when you start building content around that, it's going to engage people in a much more genuine and authentic way. And it's going to bring people closer to you instead of pushing them further away.
It's so true what you're saying. And let's break this down one more step, okay? The largest network marketing vertical is health and wellness, okay? And it can be broad. It could be anything from essential oils to vitamins to, whatever else out there. The person going on there and creating content, let's just use the health and wellness for say. Should they create content based on their industry, or should it be just wide open just to create engagement? Is that at the end of the day what you're trying to do?
Well, it's going to be a mix. So the example that I give is, what's your professional background outside of network marketing? What have you done in your career?
Me personally? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
bottling. I'm in manufacturing and bottling.
So basically what you would do is you would start connecting with people that are also in some sort of manufacturing type business.
Stay in
And
your
then you
wheelhouse is what you mean.
stay in your, stay in your wheelhouse, the mirror image of you, and then start developing content, tips, and educational, informative things based around other people that maybe have manufacturing companies or are employed by a manufacturing company. Here's how here are the best ways to pivot right now in the manufacturing industry that we're in during this pandemic. But again, the same thing if one of your other businesses is a health and wellness related network marketing opportunity, you can talk about health and wellness from the aspect of general health and wellness. So here are 3 great ways to maintain a healthy lifestyle while you're stuck at home. A, B, and C. So you always talk about things that will impact a larger general audience, that once they get to know you, you could then shrink it down into a more compact way. So you want to be able to impact the masses so you can draw those specific people in with your message. So again, at the end of the day, Ryan, you want to focus on branding yourself, your message, what you stand for, because people still say yes to you and not the company, not the product.
It's always you. It's never
not the opportunity.
Never
it's
the
you.
product. Totally. Do you find, we get a lot of questions that come in and from people on the show and stuff like that we talk about. Do you find people have the hardest time? They can create content pretty easily, but taking the transition from content to talking about their company is the hardest light switch to flip. And a lot of people have a hard time with trying to figure out how do I do that? Do I just go for the jugular and go right in? Do I build commentary? What do you think?
Well, there's so many things to say on that, because remember, network marketing is an emotionally charged business. So if you're leading with the product and you're closing with the product, you're creating an emotional attachment to the product only. But then what do people do? They say, oh, by the way, I forgot, over here, there's a business opportunity. So if you are emotionally making your business an oh, by the way statement, and you bring someone in that way, how do you think that person's going to treat the business? Like an oh, by the way statement. But if you do the reverse, if you lead with the business and you still close with the product, they're still coming into that opportunity for the right reason, which is getting a product experience, because no one's going to go to a restaurant that you've never been to before. They're more likely to go to a sushi restaurant where you've been there and you told them all about it, as opposed to one that you read about in a magazine. So if you just flip the switch, you talk about the opportunity, and then you say, you begin the opportunity the same way that myself and my wife did, which is putting the products in our body, then you're taking the opportunity from the back of their mind to the forefront of their mind. So when they have their aha moment, they're like, man, Ryan, you're right. These products rock. It's awesome. What do we do? Let's get this thing started. Now they're excited about the opportunity because you were up front with them right away. But here's the thing. I don't care what company you're in. I don't care what your compensation plan, what your product is. The only way in network marketing to make residual income is to build something called an organization.
Oh, you hit that one on the head, my friend. I mean,
so the deeper you build, the more money can flow up. So the deeper that you grow the roots of your business, the more money can flow up back to you. And that's the idea. So is it going to take you a little bit longer leading with the business and closing with the products? Yes. But network marketing is a marathon, not a sprint. It's not a get-rich-quick thing. If you want a lottery ticket, go to the local mini mart, get a scratch-off, because you'll have better success doing that way. You have to treat network marketing like a 401k. You have to make those daily deposits that compound over time. So in 5, 6, 7 years, guess what? You've created your wealth. That's where it is.
I got to tell you, we get a lot of guys on the show. And this book, I'm really excited to get my hands on Monday and read it. Are you doing an audio version as well? Or are you just doing are you going to do an Audible version? Or are you just doing
Eventually. So right now, I'm actually the LinkedIn book for network marketing. Audible is going to be picking that up in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
So this is just going to be released because it's a workbook style. So there's actually like infographics in it, there's examples, there's things of what to say, and then there's a compatible workbook. So this is a very, very hands-on workbook style adult picture book for network marketing. there's not a lot of text. There's explanations, but this is more of a visual and action step experience as opposed to just pages and pages and pages of writing. I didn't want to bore people.
Totally, because I'm not a big reader. I mean, I have to slam through something. I'm busy like you are. It's like that's why Audible is my friend.
Yeah, I wanted to create this book where they can turn to a page, they can learn something really quickly. There's an accountability exercise, they can do it, and they can move their business forward. So it's going to be on Kindle and paperback on March 30th.
Is it concise enough to where I could literally, if I understood the content and I have a large organization, I could hand it to my newbies that are coming in. This is the way we're going to build.
That's exactly why I created it. I wanted to make it. I wanted to make a book that leaders could get their hands on it and then start taking the accountability exercises and the teachings of this book and then start teaching their downlines to create momentum. Because again, we don't want to run adult daycare centers. We want to develop more leaders.
There's not really, I've read most of the books in the industry that have gotten some clout to them. And there's really not anything out there like that right now in the segment. I can tell you that for a fact. And
there is no book out there like this. There's a lot of network marketing books.
Yep.
There's GoPro. There's Go for No, the network marketing edition. Ray Higdon has a couple books. There is nothing like this book that literally shows you what to do in picturesque form, literally infographics, giving you examples. I have in there. Overcoming objections. There's a whole chapter on overcoming objections, the monetary objection, the I have to talk to the dog catcher, my wife, my husband objection, and is it FDA approved objection, and what you should say in response to that. So there's literally a slew of information in this to move people forward.
I'm really excited for you, and the amount of time and the passion that you're putting into your project, man, is just rocking.
Thank you.
Where's the best place for people to reach out and contact you at? You have also additional services, coaching and stuff you guys do. Where is a good place for people to reach out to you at?
Yeah, my website has everything that has my podcast, Network Marketing Made Simple, my book, all the resources at www.scottaaron.net. But I'm also very omnipresent on social media, as you can imagine. Facebook and LinkedIn, just Scott Aaron. And on Instagram, my handle is @ScottAaronLinkedIn, and would love to connect.
We're going to put a link up on our site. It'll be Network Freaking Marketing /Scott Aaron. Scott, we end everybody with a rapid fire round. You ready for this one?
Let's do it.
All right. Car or truck?
Car.
Are you a morning person or night person?
Morning.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Who plays you in the movie of You?
Vin Diesel.
You nailed that one. That's funny. 3 words that describe you right now.
Resilient, happy, grateful.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Who do you idol?
My fiance.
Nice. Beach or mountains?
Beach. Baseball
or football?
Football.
Last one. First song that pops in your head now.
Freebird.
Good. All right. Rock and roll, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, it was real, and we'll be in touch. I want to kind of do a follow-up with you probably like a month after this thing launches and see where we're at and all that good kind of stuff. We'll be reaching out to you. And I appreciate you taking the time and doing everything here, guys. Again, you can go to networkfreakingmarketing.com /Scott Aaron to get the book. It'll be out on Monday, March 30th. Anything you want to say in closing, buddy?
No, just really grateful for you again. And I really hope that you guys get this book and really just learn yourselves. But more importantly, I want you to start teaching your organizations. I want to see more duplication out there. I want to see more people making money in network marketing, especially with what's going on right now. So I really feel that the timing of this book could not be better.
Hey guys, it's Ryan here from Network Freaking Marketing Radio. If you like what we're doing, head over to iTunes and give us a like. Also, don't forget to grab your 5-day master pack at www.networkfreakingmarketing.com.